When the Wright brothers were searching for a site to test their flying machine, they searched all over, from coast to coast. They finally settled on a small sandy spot in coastal North Carolina. Well, today, that site is open to the public and managed by the National Park Service to allow visitors to relive the early days of aviation. Meteorologist Ricky Matthews has today's Destination Vacation.
While most flocked to the Outer Banks for the sun and the sand, two brothers who would change the world of aviation discovered the windy days can be just as wonderful.
If you can imagine, everything that you see around you right now is sand, right? There's no trees, there's no monuments. The hill's a sand dune. There's all the smaller sand dunes in the area. And then all of these houses that are here in the Outer Banks today, they weren't here. The nearest town was Kitty Hawk, which is about 4 miles north of where we're standing right here. So this was just a field of sand dunes.
When Wilbur and Orville Wright were researching places to test their flying machine, they wrote to postmasters, asking about the conditions in towns they thought would be good. The one who wrote back? Bill Tate from Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. On a cold, windy day, December 17th, 1903, the conditions were just right.
So the first flight lasted for 12 seconds and it went 120 feet, which is not far, but it was absolutely world-changing.
Now, hundreds of thousands of visitors return each year to visit the site where aviation began.
What an incredible feat to be able to go from a glider flight to a transcontinental flight.
110 years later, aviation is still alive and well at the site, with a public airport just steps away from where the first flight occurred.
If you have a plane, you can fly in, just like Wilbur and Orville would have been flying years ago. So it's a really wonderful place. A lot of people who have their pilot's license come out here as almost like a pilgrimage spot, right? This is the place where it all began.
If you visit, make sure to take in all that the site has to offer.
Well, the Visitor Center is a great place to start. You can see the exhibits talking about their life before they got here, why they chose Kitty Hawk, and what they accomplished when they were here. Also in our museum, there is a full-size replica, a working replica of the 1903 flyer, so that's a must-see.
In the Outer Banks of North Carolina, for Destination Vacation, I'm meteorologist Ricky Matthews.